Are you looking for the best SSDs? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best SSDs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Crucial T500 1TB PCIe Gen 4 NVMe M.2 SSD. Crucial T500 1TB PCIe Gen 4 NVMe M.2 SSD from the major electronics manufacturer, Crucial. The interface is compatible with PCIe 4.0x4. The average sequential read speed was recorded at 7082.80 MB per second, and the average sequential write speed was 6681.21 MB per second. Among the products verified this time, it is one of the very fastest, about twice as fast as the PCIe 3.0 products. The average random read speed was recorded at 849.05 MB per second, and the average random write speed was 557.73 MB per second. The random access speed is not much different from others, but it can be said to be sufficiently within the acceptable range. The processing speed of various apps measured in PC Mark X is amongst the highest in the products we tested this time, which is more than 3 times the score of the product with the lowest score. It could be called a fast SSD. The maximum temperature during operation is 127.4 degrees Fahrenheit. It comes with a large heatsink, and it is attractive that it can properly dissipate heat despite its high processing performance. It performs better than average in every aspect and can be said to be a product that is easy to use for anyone. Lightning-fast sequential read/write speeds. Large heat sink to prevent overheating. All-rounder that's suitable for gaming or creative tasks. Number 2. WD_Black SN850X NVMe SSD. Western Digital, a major manufacturer specializing in storage products, offers the WD_Black SN850X NVMe SSD. This is a product of WD_Black, which is considered a brand for gamers within the company, and the interface supports PCIe 4.0x4. The average sequential read value was recorded as 6942.14 MB per second, and the average sequential write value was 6385.60 MB per second. Although not top class among the products we tested this time, these are fairly high numbers. The average random read value was 1182.19 MB per second, and the average random write value was recorded as 949.03 MB per second. Sequential access was higher than average, but random access was quite excellent, ranking as top class among the products we tested this time. The processing speed of various applications measured by PC Mark X is sufficiently high and can be considered top-notch. It scores more than twice as high as the lowest performing product we've reviewed this time. The maximum operating temperature is 129.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks to the large heatsink, the temperature rise is suppressed, and the attractive feature is that it can be maintained at a relatively low temperature considering its performance. With fast random access speed and the ability to maintain a low temperature, it's a product we recommend for gamers. Outstanding random access read/write speeds. Large heat sink to keep temperatures manageable. Excellent for high-performance gaming, PC or PS5. Number 3. Corsair MP600 Pro 1TB M.2 NVMe PCIe Gen 4x4 SSD. The MP600 Pro 1TB M.2 NVMe PCIe Gen 4x4 SSD from Corsair, which primarily deals with gaming devices. The interface supports PCIe 4.0x4. The average value of the sequential read is 7033.78 MB per second, and the average value of the sequential write is 6072.34 MB per second. Among the products tested this time, it's quite fast. The average value of the random read is 1151.28 MB per second, and the average value of the random write is 868.88 MB per second. Particularly, the random access is extremely excellent, and it can be said that it's a product with outstanding data transfer speed. The processing speeds of various applications measured in PC Mark X were slightly above average, but not at the top class. The maximum temperature during operation was 129.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks to the large heatsink, the temperature increase was well controlled. The maximum internal temperature is measured during PC Mark 10 score measurement. However, considering the high benchmark scores of sequential and random access, the PC Mark 10 score was close to the average. Therefore, there is a possibility that light thermal throttling is initiated at an early stage during long-term operation, thus reducing the risk of malfunction. Exceptional sequential read/write speeds. Impressive random access read/write speeds. Very good temperature regulation. Number 4. Samsung 870 EVO SATA 3 SSD 1TB 2.5-inch internal solid-state drive. Our pick for the best 2.5-inch SSD overall is the Samsung 870 EVO SATA 3 SSD 1TB 2.5 internal solid-state drive. It's peppy and capable of reading and writing data at great speeds, all without running too hot. This SSD advertises sequential read speeds of up to 560 MB per second and 530 MB per second for sequential writes. In our tests, it hit 559.96 MB per second and 525.64 MB per second, respectively. Meanwhile, the average speed for random reads was 387.47 MB per second and 333.99 MB per second for random writes. These rate at or near the top in either category. However, it really shines when it comes to everyday computing. Using the PC Mark 10 to benchmark performance, the Samsung 870 blew the rest of the competition away and was 3 times faster than the slowest SSD in our tests. The maximum operating temperature was 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the average of all the drives we tested. Price-wise, this SSD falls somewhere in the middle, but it's more affordable than the Samsung 870 QVO further down this list. We'd recommend stretching your budget a bit further if possible if you want a reliable drive that'll be able to handle just about anything you throw at it. Blazing fast performance. Maintains a low internal temperature. Excellent read/write speeds. Number 5. Lexar NS101 TB 2.5-inch SATA 3 internal SSD. The Lexar NS101 TB 2.5-inch SATA 3 internal SSD may not be as fast as the Samsung 870 EVO above, but it still showcases a well-balanced performance. It clocked an average sequential read speed of 560.88 MB per second, and an average sequential write speed of 512.21 MB per second. Meanwhile, the average random read and write speeds were 394.76 MB per second and 335.07 MB per second, respectively, both of which are slightly higher than the Samsung 870 EVO's random read/write speeds. Its processing speeds are in the top tier, and a maximum operating temperature of 95 degrees Fahrenheit is one of the lowest we recorded in our tests. You'll pay a little more for this 2.5-inch SSD than others on our list, but it's still on the more affordable side. This all-rounder should satisfy anyone who needs a drive that'll be able to keep up with their workloads or games. Very low internal temperature. Fast read and write speeds. Excellent all-around performance.